Shri Abdul Wahab, you have 7 minutes.
Yes, thank you, Sabhapati Mahadev. Mahadev. Mahoday. Okay. Okay. Mahoday. I am just giving the brief of my speech in 4 points. India's rising inequality should be a matter of concern. Reduce the tax burden on the poor and common people. The government must consider reducing the central tax on petrol and diesel. And fourth one is tax relaxation to NRIs on MSMEs for at least 1 year. Coming to India's rising inequality, while India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world, it is one of the most unequal countries in the world. Inequality has been increasing sharply. The poor in India are still struggling to earn a minimum wage and access quality education and healthcare services. The government and its policies have miserably failed to address this pressing problem. We have failed to create equal opportunities for children from poor and marginalized citizen communities. They are unable to break the cycle of poverty and participate in the development of the society. In short, I would like to ask the Finance Minister what policy she and her ministry have crafted in this bill to address the grave income inequality between India's rich and poor. To reduce the tax burden on the poor and common people, it is true that government have not proposed an increase in the income tax. It is true, as Jyotiraditya Scindia mentioned, but it was in 2000. Don't compare the 2004 income and 2021 income, 5 lakhs. But India's tax system is regressive with heavy dependence on indirect tax, taxing the poor and rich alike. According to the data and reports, indirect tax to GDP ratio remains consistently higher than that of direct tax to GDP. In developed economies, it is the other way around. In the OECD countries, for example, the average share of direct tax is about 2/3 of the total tax. In India, it is a little over 1/3. Moreover, India's current GST, with its highest slab rate of 28%, is the second highest among 115 countries, is viewed as regressive by tax experts. The increasing burden of continued hike in petrol and diesel and LPG. The government is not controlling the price of petrol, diesel and LPG. Today, people in the borders of Nepal are smuggling petrol and diesel to India for a lesser price. They are taking from here and importing to India in the smuggled way. How is it possible? The government must consider reducing the central tax on petrol and diesel. In addition to this, the newly imposed Agricultural Infrastructure and Development Cess, AIDC, on petrol and diesel at rupees 2.5 and 4 per litre will further increase the burden of common people. It is a welcoming move that there is proposal to notify rules for removing hardship for double taxation to NRIs. It is a welcoming move. In addition to this, I request the government to consider tax exemption for Gulf returnees, NRI, who is setting up MSME at least for 1 year. And one thing I have to mention about this one, taxes on petrol. The Jyotiraditya Scindia was mentioning about 64% it is getting to state government and only 26% or something less than that is getting to central government. I don't know, is it true? Then our government, state government, they are supposed to do, but during our UDF regime, the Ummanchandi government was reducing the price to a certain extent so that it is balanced. Now, both center and state, now we are also, now the election is going on, we are alleging that the CPM, RSS, no, this one, BJP relationship is there in the polling. How this one happening? Both center and state, they are charging these type of taxes on petrol and diesel. It is during the 2004 time Manmohan Singh regime, at almost $160 was there for a barrel of crude. Now it is only 65. So this is this. How can we relate this one to other countries in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in other countries when they are selling petrol for 60 or 70 rupees, Indian rupees? Then how can this happening here? It is almost coming to 100 rupees. I am not taking much of your time because enough is said about this one, about our finance minister. I think she will make some good initiative. My request to her personally as a Keralite, just allocate some funds for Aligarh Muslim University, which has already been given some little money. Some more money is needed to at least to run that institution there. Then as already I suggested through Anurag Thakur, Honorable Minister, we are in need of a central school in our constituency, Ponnani, that belongs to Malappuram district. People are there. We are fed up with the application, and when we are having 10 vertical students, we can just recommend. If it is done better, just like what you have done, MP led, remove it there, scrap it. Otherwise, give us some 2025. Thank you, madam. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you. Message from Lok Sabha, Secretary General.
Sir, with your kind permission, I rise to report that the Lok Sabha at its sitting held on 24th of March 2021 has agreed without any amendment to the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professionals Bill 2021, which was passed by Rajya Sabha at its sitting held on the 16th of March 2021.